Forests are undeniably the life-sustaining lungs of our planet. They sprawl across a remarkable 31% of Earth's land area, providing a sanctuary for an incalculable number of species and serving as a colossal absorber of carbon dioxide. Consider the Amazon rainforest, often dubbed the lungs of the Earth. It houses approximately 10% of the world's known species and plays a pivotal role in sequestering carbon. However, the onslaught of deforestation has been relentless. Deforestation, predominantly driven by the voracious demands of agriculture, the rapacious logging industry, and the unbridled expansion of urban development, exacts a staggering toll. Every year, we witness the loss of over 10 million hectares of forest, an area comparable in size to the entire nation of South Korea. This devastation is not merely an environmental catastrophe. Its ramifications for our planet's climate are profound and far-reaching. Forests function as nature's carbon sinks, voraciously absorbing carbon dioxide and generously releasing oxygen. When trees are felled or burned, the carbon sequestered within them over decades and even centuries is abruptly released back into the atmosphere. This process acts as a potent accelerant of climate change. In fact, deforestation is culpable for nearly 10% of global greenhouse gas emissions. A prime example is the deforestation in Indonesia for palm oil plantations. The large-scale clearing of forests not only releases vast amounts of carbon but also contributes to the haze that blankets Southeast Asia, affecting air quality and climate patterns. The absence of forests wreaks havoc on the planet's water cycle. Rainforests, like the Congo Basin rainforest in Africa, are masters of their own microclimates. They release moisture into the air, creating a self-perpetuating cycle of rainfall. When these forests are decimated, nearby regions are plunged into aridity. In the Sahel region of Africa, deforestation has exacerbated drought conditions, leading to food shortages and the displacement of communities. This drying trend also amplifies the risk of extreme weather events such as heat waves and wildfires, as witnessed in the Australian bushfires that were exacerbated by deforestation and land degradation. The impact of deforestation extends its tentacles far beyond climate change. It is a death knell for biodiversity. Countless species, from the majestic jaguar in the Americas to the diminutive pygmy marmoset in the Amazon, rely on forests for their survival. When their habitats are razed, they teeter on the brink of extinction. The orangutan population in Borneo has plummeted due to the loss of its forest home for logging and palm oil cultivation. This disruption of ecosystems has a cascading effect on humans, who depend on these ecosystems for food, medicine, and clean water. The loss of pollinators, many of which inhabit forests, can lead to decreased crop yields, affecting food security. Local communities that depend on forests for their livelihoods are plunged into despair. Indigenous peoples, such as the tribes in the Amazon, have long been the custodians of these ecosystems. They possess traditional knowledge of sustainable forest use. However, with deforestation, they face displacement, loss of cultural heritage, and a breakdown of their traditional ways of life. Their hunting and gathering grounds vanish, and their connection to the land is severed. Efforts to combat deforestation are crucial for preserving their way of life. International and local conservation initiatives are working to protect these vital ecosystems, ensuring that indigenous knowledge continues to benefit both the forests and the communities that rely on them. Fortunately, all is not lost. Reforestation initiatives and sustainable land management practices offer a glimmer of hope. The Great Green Wall Project in Africa aims to combat desertification and restore degraded land by planting a vast belt of trees across the continent. Protecting existing forests, like the ancient forests of Canada, is equally crucial. Planting new trees in urban areas can also mitigate the urban heat island effect and improve air quality. Supporting sustainable agriculture, such as agroforestry systems that combine tree cultivation with crops, can reduce the pressure on natural forests around the world. Organizations and communities are spearheading change. The Bond Challenge and the Trillion Tree Campaign are galvanizing efforts to restore millions of hectares of degraded land. These initiatives not only rejuvenate ecosystems but also provide economic opportunities for local communities through sustainable forestry and ecotourism. In addition, the United Nations Decade on Ecosystem Restoration, starting in 2021, aims to prevent, halt, and reverse the degradation of ecosystems worldwide. This global commitment underscores the urgency of collective action to safeguard biodiversity and combat climate change. Forests are the cornerstone of life on Earth. By safeguarding them, we are not only preserving the rich tapestry of biodiversity, but also ensuring a habitable climate for future generations. The question that looms large is, what part will you play in this vital mission? Will you support sustainable products to reduce the demand for deforestation-driven commodities? Will you advocate for stronger forest protection policies? The choice is ours, and the time to act is now.